Hey guys, this is Kushan, and I've been watching a lot of Let's Play videos lately, and I guess you could say I'm inspired to do something like that myself. And I've been wanting to replay Baldur's Gate for a while, so here we are. Baldur's Gate. Tales of the Sword Coast. Now this isn't your stock version. This is loaded up with Baldur's Gate 2.2, which ports the second game's engine to the first. And of course there's the usual, glut of mods and custom portraits and sounds, most of them ripped from Icewind Dale 2 and the first game. So let's get started. And let's skip that, because if any of you are familiar with the series, we've all seen that 1,000 times. First, we're actually going to multiplayer, not single player. Why, you ask? Are you going to play with someone else? Not quite. What we're going to do is create our own party. And yet you ask, why? Why would you do that? You've got all these wonderful NPCs in the game. Well, not quite. Most of the wonderful NPCs are in the second game. In the first game, well, they're a little better than cardboard cutouts. And I often find that I get rather tired of them by the end. Now, I apologize ahead of time if this music's a little loud. Believe me, I can barely hear myself at this point. There's our ball spawn. Next. And you'll notice she's a paladin, a cavalier to be specific. We don't want to create one, we want to import one. Yeah, I tend to tweak these a lot, so I tried to make a point of getting all the work out of the way first, so you didn't have to watch me do that crap. So, here's our Wizard Slayer. Not the greatest class in the game, or kit for that matter, but in a large party it tends to work alright. Gives you some flavor over just being a straight fighter. Next, our prerequisite Drow Ranger. I actually play her in a pen and paper game, and I think she's got the record for our group in dying.
Your time is near.
Bet you never saw Driss do that. Actually be challenged. Or killed, for that matter. Next we have Helmar, our resident mage, and not a very violent fellow, although he has a strange penchant for throwing daggers at people. Chalk that up to an unstable mentor.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Now, he's ready to go. Of course we need a thief, but straight thieves aren't exactly fantastic in advanced Dungeons & Dragons, so we've got a little spiced up one here, a fighter thief from Karatur. Half-elf at that. Yeah, he's kind of a grouch. And then finally, we have Shock, another elf. This one's a little different, though. She's a Fey Warden of Corellan, a priestess, the leader of the Seldarine. Which one do I use for?
Onward to victory!
Oh, not that one.
A stout sword and sturdy shield.
That's a halfling.
My aim shall be true.
There we go. Sounds light enough. And, there. So we have a paladin, fighter, ranger. They're our front line, hence why they're first. Then we have our mage, our support fighter, and he's going to spend most of his time slinging an arrow, so that's why I gave him something useless like Katana, which pays dividends in the second game. Then we have our cleric, who will basically be spamming hold person to save all of our lives. More times than I care to count. Well, here we go. Let's get started.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast The citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home.
Yawn.
Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere
blah,
walls,
blah.
under the tutelage of the sage Gorion.
Gorion let
Acting
me
as
play
your
with
father,
swords?
he has raised you on a
think he'd raise you to
thousand
be a
tales of
mage.
heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies.
That always made me
However,
laugh for some reason.
one story was
Kinda so out of
always left
place.
untold. That of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day. Imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel, he has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Yep. -1 quest point. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. I'm gonna stop the video right here because I want to make sure this actually recorded. Just a tick.